If you're having a hard time making the right triangles that are necessary for the complex canes, I've decided to try to make a video because it's so hard for me to explain it in writing. A lot of people are having a hard time. They can form a triangle, but it's absolutely necessary that they are right triangles. So I have just used one blend to simplify. I sliced off a section of the blend and have made different logs, different flat, really random sections to form into the triangle. I'm not going to really do this with any particular rhyme and reason. The colors have to stay parallel as much as possible. The important thing is that this far side is going to go straight up, and then this side will slant down. So as long as you can always be considering this side to straight up from the surface as a wall, then this corner down here to the right will be the right angle. So I'll choose a point at the top of my pile to make one of the corners, and this corner I need to pinch as sharply as possible. I often run my fingers along the edge. At this point, if I flip this over, this side then also should be straight up from the surface of the table. Sometimes maybe I can pull this. If I realize that this is not a right angle, I'll pull it towards me. At this point I start to stretch it out. The important thing is always to make sure that the lines are fairly parallel. I can manipulate this into any shape of triangle. The trick is, of course, the right angle. Now the right angle is at the top. And I'm squishing the sides down. So at this point the corner is right in the middle. But as soon as I switch it, the either side like this, then this side, this far side, should be straight up. I keep this part gets easier with practice. I know I make it look easy, but it's only because I do this sometimes 8 hours a day, which hurts my hands. I'll have to give you some more tips later on how to help with arthritis. But as you can see, I kept those lines parallel, and this is still a right angle. If you need to let the clay set, it's very important. If this is starting to get too squishy, go away. Maybe put it in the refrigerator. Maybe leach it by setting it on set it on a piece of paper for a while. It's very important that this clay stays firm. Okay, at this point, if it's not exactly a right angle, that's okay. Because you'll know if it's a right angle if when this is set flat on the table, these two sides should come together perfectly. But if they don't, if you don't have a perfect right angle, at this point you can easily push and force and squeeze them into two right angles. So this is one way to use, and now you notice you have another right angle, right triangle. But you can also put them together as a square. Again, if you don't, at this point, if you don't have perfect right triangles that you're working with, you can push this into a square. It won't be a perfect square, but you can now make it. It might be easier for some people to form a square than it would be to form a triangle. So as far as whether you make another triangle or a square is just going to depend on the type of kaleidoscope cane that you would like, or how you're using it. When you do make another right triangle, I can connect them this way, or I can flip it, connect them this way, and if you could see better, that each way I choose is going to create a different pattern. So just to finish this up, I want to show you how beautifully This will kaleidoscope. I didn't plan this ahead of time. I think that's my favorite part. So maybe it may or may not turn out well. Again, I like to just run my fingers along the edge. That's my preferred way. I also use a brayer. So let's cut this up and see what happens. I would usually use a ruler, but see, the ends are always messed up. Don't worry about that. The nice thing is I should be able to mix that into a nice dark purple. So chop this up. I can arrange them in this direction. Or if I turn those around, I kind of like this one better. I can kaleidoscope this way also. Again, this was a simple pattern. The tutorials that I write, as well as, wait, this one's going there. There we go. Okay. The tutorials as well as the Cane Builder publication have color schemes and other ways to arrange the colors. I think that you could come up with your own styles. If you need any more help, just go ahead and comment, send me a message, and good luck. Have fun.